That's what I was going to say. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Get up to anything?
No, I didn't do anything. Just kind of hung out. And
Family man, I know.
yeah, just I'm so busy now. It's like any time I have off, I just try to spend at home. So.
I know since earning the belt, the sort of media stuff has picked up quite a bit. I know you were on the MMA Hour like 2-3 times after winning the belt. You weren't big media savvy prior to that. How's this whole experience been?
I knew it was part of the sport. I knew it was part of coming back to the UFC. Ever since I came back to the UFC and fought Koscheck, I knew this is what it's gonna be. So I just changed my mindset and embraced it. And it's all about just being a professional and going to work every day.
A lot of people thought the trilogy was going to happen. Dana sort of announced it possibly happening sometime. He's talked about it in January. Were you surprised that didn't happen? And between Rory and Johnny, what was the fight that you yourself wanted?
Yeah, I wasn't really worried about. I don't really concentrate on those things. I don't really concentrate on Rory or Hendricks, and I don't really care either way. And that's not disrespect to either guy. I just concentrate on myself. It makes life easier. And in this sport, you never know what's going to happen. You thought Gustafsson was going to get a shot right away. He didn't. So I've been around so long that I don't really try to be like, oh, this is going to happen, because I know better than that. You never know what's going to happen.
Speaking of being around for so long, you changed camps. You're now out in Florida. What's the difference between the two camps that's made you improve to be such a better fighter?
I've gone to a lot of different camps, but it comes down to just continuing to grow. Going down to Florida, I have a lot of really good training partners, really good coaches, and it just comes down to growth. I'm excited to be in the UFC, which is another thing that helped a lot. Moving down to 170 was huge. It's just continuing to grow as a fighter and as a person, and finally living up to what I've been capable of and I saw all these years in the gym.
Speaking of moving down to 70, if you beat Rory, or when you beat Rory, is moving back up to 85 an option for you?
No, obviously I'll fight anybody, anytime, any place kind of guy, but just winning one fight and then saying you move up to 185 or whatever. No, I'm going to stay down here for a while unless the bosses feel otherwise.
For sure. Now, you fought Rory back in 2013, split decision victory. He is still a young guy, so moving forward, he's going to evolve a little bit more. Do you expect a completely different Rory MacDonald in the cage?
I'm not really expecting anything different from him, or I'm not really expecting anything. I'm concentrating on myself, really, and whatever Rory shows up, I'm just going to show up. That's what I concentrate on. I concentrate on me, and my coaches concentrate on him.
Do you keep up with the odds at all? Because as of right now, he is the favorite. Are you surprised by that at all?
No, I don't keep up on it, but people tell me stuff like that. But no, it doesn't really. Whatever. It doesn't bother me at all.
Another thing that sort of shocked me, Dana said in the past that the heavier weight classes are the main event.
Yep.
This fight card, lighter weight classes are going to be the main event. Does that affect you at all? Do you care where you fight on the card? I know you're not the kind of guy that does, but in terms of, popularity, do you feel like it's sort of a slap in the face?
No, it doesn't bother me at all. If you look at Conor McGregor and the job he's done over the past year and a half, promoting himself and knocking people out and beating people and promoting his shows, and you look at what Aldo's done over the past, his whole career, I don't see any reason why those guys aren't at the top. And believe me, I'd fight first. I'd be the first fight on the prelims on Fight Pass. That's just how I am. I just show up and fight and whatever.
How do you see that fight going down?
What fight?
Conor McGregor, Jose Aldo. Jose's a killer, man.
Yeah,
do you think
it's going to be a good fight, and I'll leave it at that.
They announced earlier this month, Tough is ATT versus Black Zillions. I know you can't talk about it too much, but did that sort of change? I know you're a guy who's in the gym all the time. Did that change training up at all with all the cameras and whatnot?
I can't talk about it.
I know a lot of guys that had fights coming up, went to different camps and went to different gyms. Is that something that you had to do at all to sort of cross-train?
No, it didn't really affect me too much because I train at different times. It kind of messed up the times guys are training and just switched a couple things around.
Spoke to your coach Ricardo Laborio yesterday. I said, I'm going to be talking to Robbie today. He told me to talk to you about your dad. He was a former military man. Is that where you got all your training sort of style from, like getting into the gym, being there all the time? Is that your training regimen? Did you take after your father with that?
No, my dad never really pushed me into sports, and I wanted to be in martial arts growing up, and I kept asking, and he put me into it, and I asked for the weight set, and it was just kind of self-driven, but I think my dad was a disciplinarian, and that's how I am. I have a lot of discipline, and my mom was a hard-working lady, so I got a lot of my hard work from her too.
Talk about Ricardo Laborio. He seems like he's sort of a family man himself. He doesn't want to take any recognition for the team, which is super cool. He lets all the coaches take recognition. Just sort of talk about him a little as your coach.
Yeah, Ricardo's Lebo, as we call him, really good guy, been around the sport forever, knows so much about jiu-jitsu, and really what it comes down to at American Top Team is there's a lot of really good coaches there, and they put their heads together, and they make each other better. They don't step on each other's toes. They all work together, and there's so many great coaches to learn from there and help you out, and then you have the fighters to go with it. It's amazing.
Your walkout song for your last fight was considered by many the walkout song of the year. Many media outlets said that. Sam and Dave, cool song. Talk about your reasoning behind picking that song.
Actually, it was my coach, Kami Barzini, kind of said, "Hey, what do you think about this song?" And then I heard it. He's like, "American Gangster." I was like, "Sounds good to me," and we just rolled with it.